Bet anywhere with TVG.
After winning the 142nd Kentucky Derby, NYQUIST is clearly on the minds of everyone in the sport of kings. What may not be on your mind is how or why he is indeed named NYQUIST. There's a story behind that. There's always a story behind where these names come from. NYQUIST, of course, is named after Gustav Nyquist of the Detroit Red Wings. It's hard for me to say that being the Blackhawks fan that I am, but I'm trying to maintain my professionalism and get through this segment. Yes, let's go Red Wings. Here is the tale, my friends. So, NYQUIST owner Paul Redham has been a fan of the Detroit Red Wings his entire life, and he's also partnered up with the NHL hockey player Erik Johnson, who plays for the Colorado Avalanche. Long time after the Detroit Red Wings and Blackhawks rivalry had been established, the Colorado Avalanche, formerly the Quebec Nordiques, on a run to the Stanley Cup, would clash with the Detroit Red Wings year in and year out. They would exchange series, they would exchange Stanley Cups, much the way that the Blackhawks and the Kings have done the last part of a decade. Now, Erik Johnson, being a hockey player, J. Paul Redham decided, you know what, let's just name a few of these horses after Red Wings just to get his goat. He said it's kind of random that it's NYQUIST was named NYQUIST, but unfortunately, Erik Johnson does not own a piece of this horse, although he does own a piece of some horses in the stable of Doug O'Neill, as it is right now. And here is Gustav Nyquist with his tweet, "Congrats, the NYQUIST horse, on winning the Kentucky Derby." Clearly, the ties to Gustav Nyquist are initially a name only, but with a sip from the Stanley Cup on the day of the Kentucky Derby, you get the feeling that as NYQUIST the horse's legend grows, so will his relevancy to the National Hockey League. And tongue-in-cheek, well, check out the tongue of NYQUIST. I think he's sticking out at me because I'm a Blackhawks fan, and yet I root for him as my favorite three-year-old right now. Jack Sisterson tweeted this out the other day. NYQUIST has a playful side. This was on the plane. This was actually the second picture from the plane as they were on the road to Baltimore for his date with the Preakness. Yes, he does have a playful side. And Danny Kaye takes that picture and, well, puts him in front of the White House. Fresh off his Kentucky Derby victory, NYQUIST enjoys a visit with President Obama. There's also another one of those I thought we should have gone with, but my producer nixed it, of him with the Pope. I thought the Pope was pretty important too. At any rate, he is in Pimlico. He is at Baltimore. He has hit the track already today, and we are going to be joined in a minute by that special guest I was alluding to earlier. But she tweeted out earlier that NYQUIST jogged once the wrong way this morning. Looked great. Exercise rider Amir Cedeno. Regular rider Johnny Garcia will resume riding tomorrow. And her next tweet, per O'Neill's assistant Jack Sisterson, NYQUIST will jog 2 tomorrow and gallop Friday. We are pleased to be joined by Gabby Gaudet now on this NYQUIST report. Gabby, your impressions of the big horse as he has made his way to Maryland.
Thanks for having me on, first of all. And, you know, he did come in on Monday, and he got off the van. He looked fantastic, to be honest, and he seems like he settled in very well. They're taking it light with him, and talking to Jack Sisterson, they're going to take a similar approach, or pretty much the same approach as they did with him at Keeneland. So kind of the jog one, gallop one, jog one, gallop one type of thing. But right today was his first day back resuming training. He did jog once the wrong way. Tomorrow he'll jog 2 turns the wrong way, and then he'll go back to galloping on Friday. But he really did look well. He was on his toes. He was kind of, he was very energetic going out to the track. He was very energetic coming back home, too. But at the same time, calm, cool, and collected.
So when does the energy really start ramping up there in Baltimore? Is it more of he gets off the van and greeted by throngs of fans, or is there a steady buildup over the next week and a half?
It's a steady buildup, and it is different this year because we used to come to Pimlico a lot earlier, a couple weeks earlier than now. Tomorrow is obviously our opening day of the season here at Pimlico, so it is a little bit different. But I would say, there was a lot of excitement building on Monday when he did come in, but now when the rest of the horses start coming in and all of the, local festivities ensue, that's when everybody's going to start really getting excited.
Great work as always, Gabby, and thank you so much for joining us and keeping us informed.
And thank you very much. Thanks for having me on, Mike.
All right, Gabby Gaudette there, giving us a little insight as to the goings-on at Pimlico, and that is day one of the NYQUIST Report.